XRP 2025 all-time high. Now, before we continue this video, I'm also going to say that yes, there still is a very good chance we could actually go to all-time high before the end of this year. But what I'm seeing from the technical and the fundamental perspective is that 1000% guaranteed we are heading to all-time high, and it can be a debate of $5 or $25, but we are going into price discovery all-time high for XRP in 2025. Without further ado, let's get right on into the update. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, enjoying your Sunday, Christmas holiday season. God bless it. Here we go. So this is really what it takes to pump a community, folks, right here. Your crypto startup does not need more engineers. We do not need more builders. What you need is storytellers, community builders, and growth masters. Code doesn't sell itself, never has, and it never will. I retweeted this, and what I said is that this is why Bitcoin became so big and why XRP will eventually dethrone it and take out that #1 spot. Bitcoin got so big without utility. See, I mean, Bitcoin's the best example of not needing more builders, not needing more developers, not needing to play around with the code. You know, I guess we could, Roger Ver and others might debate that, why they forked Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash. But the point being that Bitcoin's in the #1 spot with a $2 trillion market cap without any utility, right? Primarily that store of value, digital gold use case is what sells. And of course, Bitcoin bros have told other stories, but that's the point. It's the salesmen and women, the community builders that have built this project without any utility, reaching the #1 crypto by far. But this is where XRP comes in with that same narrative. It can be held as a store of value. We're seeing corporations and maybe even government someday holding XRP as a reserve currency. While at the same time, we have actual utility, a reason why folks would want to use the cryptocurrency, not just hold it. When you add both those dynamics to a cryptocurrency like XRP in its current position right now, right behind Tether, but we've been flipping back and forth between that 3 right behind Ethereum, right? We've already flipped Ethereum, and I think that eventually we end up flipping Bitcoin. Maybe not this cycle, but I'm looking for it in that next cycle, that 2028, 2029 cycle. But what we got here is Saul putting together a little clip here from David Schwartz explaining what is so important to adoption here. And this is a follow-up to that previous post that I just shared with you guys. When it comes to building, what you really need to do is you need to build something for the enterprises and the institutions that have thousands of users. You build something for a Swift that has 11,000 member banks. You need to build products for these enterprises and institutions to make it easy for them to come into the cryptocurrency space. That's what RLUSD is and has been the focus of Ripple building the enterprise products. But remember, these are the same amendments and utilities and functions, programmability, that all of our developers do get to take advantage of. Take a listen in here on this clip here, David Schwartz.
I think the challenge there is I don't think I realized how critical good on-ramps and off-ramps would be to making that work. The technology can't hand money to somebody who needs to have cash. I think the vision now is similar to what drove the adoption of the internet, similar to what drove the adoption of like the international movements of goods. Enterprise adoption that paves the way for retail adoption is, I think, what it looks like what's going to happen, at least based on, the past 2 years. So I think the new 10-year vision is enterprise products like stablecoins, like real-world asset tokenization, like, commercial lending and real estate lending, but that enable DeFi ecosystems that have things like ways to get yield, ways to manage your money, ways to hold the assets that you want to hold.
Yeah, and so when it does come to building, developing, I think that the focus should be on these institutions because, like I said, when they got it figured out, when they get a system figured out, they can onboard their thousands, millions, billions even of clients that are underbanked or unbanked, and that is the vision. I laugh kind of at the premise with like Stellar, how they've been focused on retail. Well, yeah, they say that they're focused on retail, but if you watch what they're doing, they're actually still partnering up with institutions. And the primary growth and development with Stellar Partnerships has been through the use of USDC. So they're actually focused on institutions to reach those retail end users. And in the same fashion Ripple's doing that, we're just now seeing that Circle decide not to, mint USDC on XRP Ledger, which I think will end up being a mistake for them. Now Ripple has filled that void with ROUSD. The other thing that made me think of was Gary Vaynerchuk always made the comparison. He says the ROI of a basketball for him is nothing because he's not a baller, right? But the ROI of that same basketball in LeBron James' hands is worth $1 billion. And so to me, it's the same premise of we can build the same tools out here and we can have retail developers playing around with some stuff that might be cool or cute. And I'm nothing against them, right? But when you enable the institutions, this is where we can onboard the masses. This is where we can open up flows of liquidity that are worth trillions of dollars. Now, since the new reality, since the Trump election victory, the top 10 cryptocurrency performance since the election, we are watching XRP absolutely dominate, leading by double. Bitcoin at 38%, Ethereum at 37%, XRP at 328%, Solana at 8%, BNB at 15%, Doge at 84%, ADA, closely catching up there, 160%. But like I said, still far away from the 328% for XRP. Tron at 53%, AVAX at 54%, and Link at 99%. Other notable large caps would be SUI at 112%, XLM at 275%, and HBAR creeping up here, 457% for HBAR. So we've seen significant performance here, XRP, XLM, and HBAR, all utility cryptocurrencies that we've been building a fundamental position on. Now, as I titled this episode here, XRP 2025 all-time high, what I'm watching here is a consolidation on XRP over the next couple weeks, and this very well could break before we enter the new year. But for sure, we're looking at a breakout to the upside in a massive way coming soon within the next few weeks. And the setup for 2025 is just massive. Take a look here from Crypto Bull. Just spotted this, and it seems logical for XRP. The bottom is in, 2 more weeks of consolidation, then we head towards new all-time high. Now, I'm going to show you here. We got another chart here. This one is a look at the market cap here from Crypto V. Take a look at this chart here. This is the market cap, and this is not price. This is market cap. But what you can see is this 2017 fractal. If we continue to follow it, we've seen this looking at the price chart. Now we're looking at the market cap chart, and you can see that upon this breakout here, we're going up to over 1 trillion. This is nearly 1.05 trillion. Now, by my calculations, if you round up to about a 57 billion, and I think that we have achieved a 57 billion circulating supply at a $1 trillion market cap, you're coming in at about 17, 18, almost nearly $20 XRP if we follow this 2017 fractal. So that would be where we would end up at some point next year, whether we top out in the spring, whether we top out later in the year. I feel like we will most likely be topping out more towards the spring. And of course, this is in an environment without institutional utility flowing at scale. This is still our speculation present, a lot of manipulation still present. But with all that considered, XRP still is on its way to all-time high. The debate just becomes how high are we going to go this bull run? When I take a look here at my chart, I drew another funny line. And please note that I'm no professional TA expert. I am no TA guru. And in fact, I drew this big trend line on my chart here today, and I just posted this chart on Twitter just to trigger the TA gurus because I wanted to have a little bit of fun on this Sunday. So I posted this chart here just now on Twitter, and I'm going to share it here with you guys. But just know that this bottom trend line that I drew, that is a joke. And much of my TA artwork is a joke, but I like to have fun with it. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. But what I noticed here is I just follow simple trends. I follow simple patterns. And what I saw here on this XRP run up is that we pumped 161%. We consolidated and corrected 22%. We ran up 53%. We broke down 21%. We ran up 126%. We had a massive correction. Oh my goodness, it's the end of the world. Correction of 33% to $1.90. Oh my goodness. And now we're consolidating. And now we're getting ready to break out. And I drew this trend line as this is a joke right here. Okay, don't take this one serious. But I drew it as a joke. And I got our box here. What is this? This is our measurement. right? Because you can see here off of these bounces, first we pump 161%, correction, pump 53%, correction, pump 126%, correction. Well, if we measure now, what would a 50% pump do? That takes us back up to $3. Once again, we have a massive sell wall we need to break through at $3. That's why I'm not, we could easily break towards all-time high before the end of this year. We could start pumping at Christmas. We could make a run towards the end of this year here, and we could see XRP run up towards $3. But the previous all-time high is 330 or 380, depending on which exchange you're looking at. But back to my chart here, you can see if we just do a 50% move like we did before, we're pumping above 290 back up to about $293. Probably going to hit some resistance at that level. But once we break through, you can see here, if we do another pump, 120%, what does 126% do us? $4.30. What does another 160% do us? Up to $5. So you can see here that with ease, and how perfect, right? Three stabs at this. One pump, correction. Another pump, correction. One more pump, correction. Final pump, blast off to all-time high. The setup looks like it's there. You go back to Crypto Bulls chart. The setup is there. You draw that wedge. I know you guys are tired. We have PTSD of looking at wedges, looking at consolidation, hearing of breakout soon. I get it. It doesn't change the fact that we're right there. It does not change the fact that we are right there, ready to break towards all-time high, and that what's in store for 2025 is absolutely massive for XRP. From a technical standpoint, check that box off. From a fundamental perspective, we have a dashboard on our rocket ship to XRP all-time high. On our rocket ship dashboard that Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz are piloting, we have many switches ready to be flipped from a fundamental perspective, ETFs, etc. You guys can list it off in the comments down below, or if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below. But either way, can you help me out by engaging with the thumbs up, a thumbs down, smack it, tap it, whatever you're into, and then help me out by sharing it out far and wide. And I hope you guys are having a blessed Sunday and a Merry, Merry Christmas coming up. XRP all-time high 2025 on the way. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.